There's a clear energetic shift here. This reading is for those who chose emotional detachment, not out of bitterness, but self-respect. The moment you stopped chasing or over-explaining, the dynamic changed. Let's look at what shifted and what's opening for you now. I'm going to start off by looking at what you're carrying alone. Where you are pulling your energy back. How the dynamic is shifting. What this shift is teaching you about yourself. And finally, what opens when you stop forcing. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start off over here, and we're looking at what you were carrying alone, the emotional or energetic burden you are holding for too long. And what I am seeing here is that for some of you, you have been the great pretender. And it's just because you did not want the people around you to know what you were going through, what you were experiencing. So you have put on a brave face, but that brave face of, I'm strong, everything's all right in my life, I'm managing, I'm coping, great things are happening for me, I'm getting wonderful breakthroughs, I'm meeting incredible people, things in my life are just perfect. This is an emotional burden because it's not your authentic truth. It is something many of you are putting out there to protect what is actually going on. You've been carrying this for the longest time, and you could have been carrying this because you didn't want to worry your loved ones, your family, and your friends. You didn't want them to know the struggles and the hardships you're going through. You didn't want them to worry or be concerned, or perhaps there was an element of shame or embarrassment. But for some reason, I do feel many of you have been putting up a great front. You've been carrying it alone, but it does not reflect what has actually been going on in your life. Let's move on now, and we are going to look at where you're pulling back your energy. This is the area where you are withdrawing effort, overgiving, or emotional investment. Now, what I'm seeing here is that I do feel for many of you, you have been run ragged trying to make the people around you happy. You have been putting their needs, their desires, their wants first, and you have put yourself second, third, and sometimes even last. I see you being the one that always volunteers. I'll do that for you. I'll fetch you from the airport. I'll do the shopping for you. Don't worry if you've got too much work. Give me your overload. You have been the one that has always been forthcoming, but to the point that you've been overgiving and you have depleted yourself in some way. For many of you, I do feel that there is one particular person that stands out when you are listening to this reading. The one person you really wanted to see you in a certain light. This is where you've been going above and beyond. And I feel with this particular person, you have really put yourself out to the extent that it's left you quite depleted, especially if it hasn't been reciprocated. And we see that it's all going to start with you acknowledging the lack of reciprocity. It's going to be like cold water being thrown in your face, a sudden reality. my gosh, what am I doing? I am the one that is continuously running, doing, giving, planning, listening, accommodating, compromising, and I am not getting anything in return. And this is going to be your big wake-up call. It will start off with you realizing it with one particular person, and then you will see that there could be a pattern with the people around you. And so you're going to realize, right, if I do not stop trying to impress and please and start looking after me, I'm going to end up completely burnt out. Now let us take a look at how the dynamic is shifting. What is changing in the situation or connection as your energy shifts? So what I'm seeing here is initially, my dear ones, the people around you are going to be very confused. They're not going to understand why you aren't there for them in the usual way. When they call and ask you to listen to them complaining for an hour and a half, and you say, I'm sorry, I can't speak now, I'm in the middle of something, this is going to be a big shock for them. When your sibling phones you up and says, won't you do the shopping, won't you collect me from the airport? And you say, sorry, I'm unable to. This is going to be a jolt to them. So there is going to be a period where the people around you are not going to understand what is happening. But if you hold in the energy of Ace of Wands and believe that there is something far better waiting for you, that if you focus on whatever this wand here represents to you, and for many of you, I do feel that this is connected to the sun. It's the energy of having a great idea, whether it's to move or whether it's to join some kind of new sport or like-minded group that you've been longing to do, but you've had no time to do it. Or whether it's a great idea you have to start your own business, something you really love to do or something you're really good at. If you just focus on your life and what you want to bring in, let this moon energy settle on its own. You don't have to explain. You don't have to sit down and tell everybody what you're doing. You stand strong, say no when it doesn't suit you, and give your time and attention to what you want to bring into your life, to how you see yourself. This is where you're going to see the dynamic changing. Now let us go ahead and look at what this shift is teaching you about yourself. So we see your second ace coming through. Now, as you can see in Ace of Cups, we have got the cup running over. What we are looking at here is the boundary, growth, or self-worth lesson you are integrating now. And most importantly, what I see for you is that you will understand that you have to fill your own cup first. If you neglect yourself, if you are so focused on pleasing other people, overgiving, overdoing, investing emotionally where it's not reciprocated just because you want to be seen in a certain way, or you want to be liked, or you want to be loved, you will understand that before long you're going to feel completely depleted, especially as I mentioned, if it is not reciprocated. But if you focus on your life, what fills you up, what gives you joy, what is connected to your vision of yourself, and you work on filling your cup with your joy, your fulfillment, your growth, your expansion, all those things that make you feel like, wow, okay, I don't have to prove myself. I don't have to show how kind and loving, how smart I am. how connected I am, how popular I am. I just have to be me. You will see that when you focus and give to yourself first, the difference it makes in your life. Most importantly, what I do see for you is that this is going to allow you to follow your true authentic road, to how you see yourself and how you want things now to transpire and play out in your life. And when you honor yourself and do things for yourself that give you that deep core happiness, what you will find is that the right doors will open and the right people will come into your life. Now let us see what opens when you stop forcing. And we're looking at the possibilities, emotional freedom, or alignment that becomes available as you release control. And here we see you presenting as King of Swords. Now it doesn't matter if you're masculine or feminine, it's the energy of King of Swords I am speaking about. So we see you now feeling empowered, but you are empowered by the actions and the decisions you have taken. You are empowered because you have released the energy of overgiving, of trying so hard to be liked and loved and admired. You are now in a position where you sit in your truth and you know that when you honor what is right for you and you focus on the things in life that you know are going to give you true happiness, and it's not attached to if I do this, then they will like me. If I do that, then I'll be popular. But it comes from that deep wise oracle within you. What you allow now to happen is true happiness and enjoyment to come back into your life. You're not proving yourself. You're not running yourself ragged to seem a certain way or to be a certain way. You're just yourself. And so you allow the right people in. You allow yourself just to be you. And you allow yourself now to enjoy the true happiness that is in your life. You don't have to force alignment. What's meant to meet you will respond when you stop chasing it. That's all I have for you for now. I'm sending you love, and I hope this message supports you.